awakening Kundalini. Let us think about the process that is taking place in awakening Kundalini. That means at the time when a person becomes a sannyasi or he attains Brahma Sakshatkara. What is the science behind it? What things are happening in our nervous system? Let us see. Yoga Kundalini Upanisheds says Kundalini is the most important strength or energy in our nervous system, in our body. That means Kundalini is a energy flowing through our nervous system. It is the most important one because it is controlling the activities of our various organs. We know this is the communication system in our body. It is acting through our spinal cord, and nerves in this spinal cord. It starts from brain and it passes information, and all our organs responses accordingly. Like in the present world, every machinery and this complete world is controlled by a type of mechanism called communication system. That is through that everything is controlling. So our name is the cable, like a cable. Our nerves in the spinal cord is like a cable. There are a number of nerves to control different parts of our body. So this is the most important energy in our, that is our strength. While at the time of Brahma Sakshatkara, it says he moved there from the bottom and reaches at a place at the top of our brain, that is near this, between these eyes. How and what is the science behind it? Now, the same Upanishad says it is like electricity. It is like Vidyut. This Kundalini is like a Vidyut or electricity. Actually, it is a form of electricity. It is producing electric pulses and is passing through this nervous system. It is electrochemical pulses, not like that is in the generator, that is producing in the generator. That other mechanical energy is converting into electrical. But in battery it is chemical. Chemical things are happening by which this electricity is producing. Likewise, in our body also, chemical substances are there. It produces some electrical pulses, signals, which controls our body. So it says like Vidyut, it is like Vidyut. It moves from bottom through the heart and reaches this point, inside this point. That is Anaha Chakra. It is at the Anaha Chakra. How? By drying water in it. Drying water means in the battery itself, the same thing is happening. Suppose we kept a battery, a new battery for some days. What will happen? It will dry up and lose its capacity. That liquid will gradually dry up. The same thing happens if we not use our nervous system for this communication. Now we know there are two types of nervous systems. through which our body is controlling. One type of communication system or nerve system controls the inner part of our organs like heart, lungs, etc. This is not in our control. We are not aware of it, how it is, whether it is functioning or not. Want to test it by checking the pulse or like that. So that is not in our control. These are also linked with our sense organs. When we see something which is dangerous, our heart beats faster. Likewise, it is linked with the sense organs. But that such things are not in our control. But some other things are in our control. For example, if we see a friend, immediately the mind passes one information to our hand to give shake hand, and it passes one message to our mouth to say hi. But all persons are not responding in this way. In some other persons, it will send a message to our both hands and say namaste, like that. Some of them will not respond at all. So that depends on individual. He can control it in any way. So friendship, while seeing some other enemies or opposite sex, we are responding in different ways. At the same time, correspondingly, it is activating some inner organs. Sometimes tears come out from eye, or laughing, smile, it moves lips, it sends messages to the lips to show that response. Likewise, some inner organs are activating while seeing something, that you can decide what are the things or sights. It is related with linked with the eye. Here, when you hear something, you respond quickly. So these are related with friendship, relationship, everything like that, or related with the profession. But a sannyasi is one which stops all such activities. He detaches from this relationship, friendship, etc. He has no father, no mother, etc. He gives out everything. He is looking inside only. In such persons, these nervous systems become weak. Like a battery kept idle. In a car, if you kept a battery idle for several days, its electricity power is losing. Why? Actually, electrons are not losing. We are not losing the electron. We cannot destroy electron. What happens? Electricity is the separation of electron from positive. It is at the bottom. If the number of electron is great, potential difference is battery is with full strength. But it dead means these electrons in one way or other, we don't know, it is actually decaying and goes back to that positive. This electron is missing or losing. Actually it reached the positive. In which way, that we don't know. It may be through medium or in any way. This electron will move upwards and its charge becomes zero. Likewise, there is a point here and at the bottom of the spinal cord. The potential difference is there is potential difference by which signals are flowing from in and out in upward direction and downward direction. That controls the organs. But if we keep our mind fixed, without allowing any type of thinking. If we see something, we ignore it. That is the practice we are doing to obtain Brahma Sakshatkara. Then actually those nerves are idle. So the potential, negative potential or electron, you may say electron, at this lower end gradually moves upwards and merges with the positive point, and that battery becomes dead. That means this nervous system becomes dry, like a dry battery. All the materials, battery contains liquids, it becomes dry when it loses its power. The same thing happened here. So the nerves becomes dead. Then only it also is controlled by food. Food is one another important factor which activates our organs. For example, if we take wine or brandy, it will activate our body parts, certain parts. That we know. But food is influencing. So some doctors are advising such and such food for activate such and such parts of our body. No explanation is required. If we reduces that, naturally our communication system will weaken. Along with this, if we practice that yogas, it becomes easy for our mind to control the activities, all our activities, such activities which is not related with the working of heart, lungs, etc. Gradually that also will become slow. In general, at the time of that last stage, that is samadhi. At the time of samadhi, he loses all the functions of that nervous system. It is completely dead. To such a person, it is like giving anesthesia to a body to make its nervous system idle. But it is permanently become idle. No function at all. In future, there will be no responses or seeing anything. That is the reaction taking place or the science behind such this behind this Brahma Sakshatkaram process. So a person becomes sannyasi only at samadhi. At the time of samadhi, his whole system is this negative is merging with the positive. We can feel that. The moment we can feel this potential, while this potential is moving, we can feel it. At the time of when, if you practice yoga, by doing such yogas, this at that time this will move upward. That we can feel. But in natural cases, if a person due to virakti goes gradually to sannyasam, he will not feel that one. But through yoga, if we are forcefully moving this negative energy terminal to the positive terminal, or moving electrons which separate this two from this to the upper, he can feel it at that time. That is what Veda says. So when it merges with this Shiva, this is called Shiva. With this, then only he becomes a sannyasi. That is the stage called samadhi. A person in samadhi will not come in front of you to give any speeches or for satsangam. So a sannyasi will not appear before you. He has no relationship with anyone in this world. Everything is Maya to him. And he becomes sannyasi only at the time of samadhi. Samadhi does not mean he died. His heart and it will take some more time for his death. But samadhi is the merging of this negative terminal with the positive terminal. After that, he has no feelings. He will not come in front of you for giving lectures or for conducting satsangam, etc. So, that is what this Upanishad says. Upanishad explains this scientifically. That is why it mentions Kundalini is like electricity. It is moving from bottom to this point at the top of the head. So, only science is there, nothing spiritual in it.